Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are super excited to announce that we've recently become an Acuity Instruments dealer. They make some awesome stuff for the Hondas, especially the 10th gens. We have the entire lineup of parts for 10th gens in front of me right now. We're gonna go through them one by one and show you what they're all about and just get our hands on them. So let's do this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JP from EdgeAutosport.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have got a bunch of sweet stuff in front of us for the 10th gen Honda Civic. We recently just became a dealer of Acuity Instruments. We've had our eye on them for a little while now, and we're super excited to become a dealer and get all of the 10th gen products in-house, on the shelf, on the website, ready to go. So we are gonna show you all about them. If you like this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And just let us know what you think. Shoot us over a comment, ask us a question, whatever you need to. We're glad to answer it. So we're gonna dive right in. I'm gonna go open these one by one, start with the small stuff, kind of end with the big stuff. The big stuff is kind of, this big box right here is kind of the cool box, in my opinion, but we'll go through each one of these and just show you everything we got. Okay, first up we have what is a really common upgrade these days in a lot of different cars in the manual transmissions are shifter bushings. At the bottom of every shifter assembly are bushings that absorb vibration and just create kind of a soft, easy connection from the shifter assembly to the chassis. Instead of those rubber soft bushings that all these cars come with from the factory, a popular upgrade are these like aluminum shifter bushings. These are really nice too. I love the purple actually, and you're really not gonna see these once you're in the car, so you don't even have to worry about the purple color on these shifter bushings. But these will go underneath the shifter, the entire shifter assembly, where it mates to the chassis of the car, and it'll just create a more solid foundation to go through the gears on. So it's a very simple modification, kind of takes a little bit of work to get into there and remove these and replace them. But once you do, it's a super easy modification, very basic, very inexpensive, and a good value. You get a good feel from it from just a simple part. So we like those a lot. The next one is pretty cool. I had never seen this until we got into the 10th gen Civic world. And this is just like a little spring so that when you're going in between the gears, it's returning back to neutral faster. So when you press in the clutch and you kind of pop it back into neutral, it's just kind of like a quick action because of the tighter spring unloading into the neutral area quicker and easier. So that also helps with, you know, just going from one gear to another, which is really cool. So this is also, it's also very basic, very inexpensive, but it does take a little bit of work to get it into the car. Once you do though, it's a good, nice upgrade. Okay, next up is the actual, let's see here, the interior trim removal kit actually. I forgot what was in here. This is pretty cool. We ordered several of these to start out, and this is just a nice set of tools to have. These are actually a lot thicker than I picture them being. I haven't even touched one yet, but there's a variety of tools here that you can use because a lot of Acuity parts are taking off interior pieces. They sell this really nice trim removal and trim kind of accessory kit. So there's a variety of ends that you can use on different trim pieces to just remove stuff or pry stuff or pop stuff open without damaging the interior of the vehicle and without scratching it up and stuff. These are super useful. You'll find these to be useful in a lot of different things, but also with a lot of installations with the Acuity stuff as well. So these are pretty cool. Okay, next up is the short throw adapter. This is another very simple, very small, very inexpensive modification for what you end up getting out of it. So we're gonna unbox it right now. By the way, I wanna mention that Acuity's packaging is just really awesome. It's very rare that you get a nice, really nicely packaged part like they do. So we appreciate that, Acuity. This is a short shifter upgrade. So this goes on the bottom of the end of the shifter rod. This can be put on any shifter rod really, I believe, as long as it's the factory shifter rod, you know, diameter. But normally you would use this on the factory shifter rod just to adjust the point where it creates leverage and moves through the gears and connects to the shifter cable which then goes to the engine bay to change the gears. So very simple piece here. Just loosen it, slide it onto the end of the shifter rod, tighten it, and you're good to go. So as you can see, it's pretty small, but very, very effective. Next up is the accelerator pedal relocation bracket. So this bracket is going to replace where your throttle pedal attaches to the chassis. It's a spacer, and it just changes the orientation and how far out the throttle pedal sits in relation to the brake. So it allows for a lot better heel toe action for you performance guys out there. So I'm going to open this up right now. All right, so as you can see, again, really, really nice machining on this really lightweight aluminum piece, but super, super quality here. You can tell just by holding it in your hand. Everything is actually labeled on this. As you can see, there's like A setting, B setting, C setting, all that stuff. So I would imagine there's 3 different settings. Tells you what to torque the bolts to even, which is just really, really nice. So another nice piece here. Just taking it out of the box and looking at it myself, this is quite nice. I like the machining on these Acuity parts, really, really nice. So yeah, like I said, this is going to change the heel toe action and allow you to just have a more performance orientation where your throttle is and where your brake is. Okay, next up are the 2 different types of shift knobs that they offer. So we are going to get into these. These top 2, as mentioned earlier, we're kind of new to Acuity. I have no idea what the POCO low profile shift knob stands for. I don't know what POCO stands for. I'll have to figure that out. But this is the POCO low profile shift knob, and you've got the top ball section right there, and then another adapter. This looks like the adapter that goes from the shift knob to the shift boot. So I have not installed one of these myself, but it appears that this thing will just kind of go right onto the shift knob itself up here, and then hook up to the shift boot right here. So looks pretty simple. I would imagine these kind of take the shift boot and attach it to the shift knob, or I'm not quite sure exactly what the zip ties are for, but these guys do have good instructions too. So in case you need them, they are there. So there is black right there, and then we also have red. So there's a nice, and they have a really nice actually satin finish. This isn't like a glossy or a matte finish. It's right in the middle, kind of that satin color, kind of that dull reflective color. So really, really nice if you ask me. Okay, so these 6061 T6 aluminum shift knobs are up next. These come in 3 different colors, and these are a little bit taller, kind of more elongated shift knob. They come in black, purple, and red. And actually, this is pretty sweet. It comes with a bag too, like a little tie bag. That's really, really nice. Was not expecting that. And it actually has quite a bit of padding on the inside too. It's really, oh, this is a little bit of foam here. So, but it's really, really nice bag. Shows you the entire 6-speed gate and the reverse symbol right there. So really clean, you know, looks like a factory shift knob. You know, it looks super clean. The same satin finish as those other POCO shift knobs. So I like these a lot as well. And these will fit just right on the end of your stock shifter. Super easy to install. Kind of gives your interior a nice addition and a nice little finish. And one thing that I just thought of as I unpacked them is you can actually take out the shift knob at any time and put it in that case, maybe stick it inside your glove box or something like that to keep it cooler. These shift knobs do tend to get pretty hot in the summertime. When your car is really hot in the interior, these are really hard to touch once you get back inside of them until they cool off a little bit. Or you could even take that bag and just put it over the top of it while it's on your shifter. You can easily use that to keep it cooler, I would imagine. So that's pretty cool. Okay, next we have the shifter rocker upgrade piece right here. Now this is something a little bit new to me. I have not installed this myself yet. Definitely something that we're gonna get into on our car. But this is basically going to reduce the amount of throw that it takes to go from side to side on your shifter. So the short throw assembly really takes it from forward and back. It reduces that throw. This is gonna reduce it from side to side. It also just makes your shifting movement a lot more precise as you're going in and out of the gears too. So just another nice little upgrade from Acuity on just any sort of shifting mechanism. You can tell it's just really nice with the machined aluminum. It's gonna fit really, really nicely on your shifter. So definitely a nice upgrade there as well. All right, and the second to last part we have now is the shift boot collar upgrade. There are 3 different colors here. There's black, there's turned stainless steel. The black is a matte black, by the way. And then there's this burnt titanium finish. I'm gonna get out the burnt titanium finish. These are always kind of cool looking with a lot of the different flashy colors, pretty cool. These do a couple things. You know, I've never upgraded this on anything I have myself, but just reading about it and checking into it, basically it's reversible. You can set it up for one side to be on top or the other side to be on top. Any boots that you have to move up and down, you know, it allows you to connect the boot to the shift knob on top of the shift rod. So, and then the other thing is, depending on which side you want, you can mate it up to different shift knobs. So a different, you know, a wide base shift knob is going to mate up with the wide part. A narrow base shift knob is going to mate up to the narrow part. So, and on top of that, it just is a clean looking upgrade for your entire shift boot and shift knob setup. So kind of a nice, clean, easy piece right here, and it's super inexpensive, just a nice little accessory for your interior. Last but certainly not least is this entire adjustable shifter assembly, which is just gnarly. It's so cool. You rarely see an entire shifter assembly for a car, but you can tell that Acuity nailed it with this one. So I'm gonna open this up, take this out for you really quick. I can already tell this is gonna be something that I probably wanna put on Project FC3, but this is just super, super cool. So just right off the bat, it's a pretty complex piece, but it is just made to replace the entire shifter assembly in the Civic. So all the way from where the chassis mounts to the shifter assembly, all the way up to the shift rod, the shift linkage up top. This replaces it all, everything but the shift knob, essentially. There's a lot of adjustment that can be done on this. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the adjustment, so not quite sure exactly what to go over with the adjustment, but it does come with, you know, the spring that I mentioned earlier for the fast kind of snap back of the shifter. It's gonna come with the bushings already assembled in the shifter assembly that you would purchase for use with the stock shifter to stiffen it up. Already has those. Has all the bracketry to mount the stock shifter cables onto the shifter assembly. So, I mean, the whole thing is very, very complete. You can see at the bottom here, this is basically where the shifter cable attaches at the bottom as this moves around, as the shifter moves around. This is a new shifter rod that comes with the kit. I'll take it out here real quick. So this goes right in here, just right like this. You screw down this Allen head right here and tighten that down, and this is where the shift knob goes to. So this is just, I mean, you can put this in any street car, any race car, but this is definitely a performance modification right here, one that'll definitely make the shifting experience hands down totally different, so much better, way more performance. Just a really, really nice complete setup here. All the hardware that you need to assemble it also is included. There's a few little pieces here. Everything is included in order to get this thing on your 10th Gen Civic. So I really can't wait to get this thing on our car. This is gonna be super cool. So there you have it. This is the entire setup of Acuity parts for the 10th Gen Civic right now. A lot of these actually do fit the Type R and the SI and all the 1.5 turbo models. Make sure you check our website for any fitment notes for if something does fit both or if it doesn't fit both. If, like I said earlier, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them below. We'll definitely get back to you. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that was a good introduction into their parts for you. We are super excited to start slinging these things. Make sure you go over to the website to check out more of these things, and we'll see you later.